Hi again, guys, and welcome to another book Pushin. I don't know if I like saying welcome to. I sound like some sort of weird news anchor. But anyway, here is another book, and actually this time well, no, The Bronze Horseman was a series too, but I'd only read one book by that point. Anyway, this is a series. I am book pushing an entire series, y'all. So, let me premise this. So I'm browsing NetGalley one day, and I see this awesome cover of a crown with like an old school dress looking like on it. And the title of this book on NetGalley is called The Boleyn King. And I'm like, I wonder what that's about. Like, I love the Tudors. I love that entire era. I've read more books than I would like to probably admit to. And so I open up the synopsis of it, and it is about, pause for effect, what would happen if Anne Boleyn and Henry VIII's son had lived and became king? I read this description and basically lost my shit. Excuse my language, but it's true. There are a few well-known facts about me, and one of them is that I love Anne Boleyn. I will read anything and everything about her. I think she is a fabulous historical lady. I'm just obsessed with her. I think she is just awesome, and I think that she totally, well, got the bad end of an axe, really, in regards to her life. I just think she's fabulous, and I just love her. So the fact that there was an entire alternate history written about her not being executed, her, living out her life, and her son being king, and, living and loving, and it just, oh my gosh, I was so excited. So I read the book, and not only was the premise amazing, the book is so good. The entire series. The final book is coming out shortly, so I wanted to push this so y'all can get with it with the first two, and then when the third book comes out shortly, you can binge read the entire series. So I love the alternate history of it. I think that not only is the premise fascinating and such a unique and amazing idea, the writing of it and how the story progresses and is laid out is just awesome. Like, it's addicting. It really is. I don't think I have ever been more excited to see books on NetGalley than I am for those books. When the second book came out and then the third book, I've never obsessively checked my emails more than after I've requested that book. Like, just wishing, hoping, thinking, praying that I was going to get approved for it so I could read it. And then I binge read, and it's just awesome. They're so good. And so there's four main characters. William, who is Henry the Ninth, is I had to count. That was sad. Sister Elizabeth, obviously. A Minuet, which is Elizabeth's best friend. Well, they're all best friends. And Dominic, who is a soldier and William's best friend. So much drama unfolds. There are love triangles and forbidden love, and at the end of the day, epic love. The love story of this series is one for the books. It is just beautiful, and it is tension-filled, and everything that happens in, historical fiction, because it's not as obvious, courting style as today, where, hey baby, I like you, it doesn't really cut it, and everything is with the glances, and it is just tension-filled sex boiling, and it comes to a point eventually. Maybe it does. It's just, the character development is just awesome, and you just kind of like root for these characters. They're just so good. And not only that, the storyline gets dark. It gets really dark, and obviously, if you know anything about Henry VIII, he was not a rationally thinking man. Anne Boleyn was very crafty, very cunning, intelligent, independent thinking woman. You combine those genes and you get a son. Shit hits the fan, is all I really can say. I obviously will not give away any spoilers, but the last book is phenomenal. Just one of the best series endings I've ever come across. I was up until 2 in the morning finishing it. I could not turn the pages fast enough, and it gets so dark. I don't know what other way to describe it. It's just awesome. And oh, it's so good. And it's hard to review an entire series because I want to talk about things that happen in the second and third book, but I can't because you don't know what happens in the first book yet. I would definitely push this series. It isn't really, it's not like stuffy historical fiction either, where if you're into historical fiction, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you will enjoy it regardless of, you know, kind of if the writing is slow moving, but I think Laura Andersen writes in such a phenomenal way that it's a historical fiction, but it reads more as a contemporary. There isn't a huge, like, info dumping. I mean, there's a lot of political stuff going on, but it's not the main focus, and it's not super elaborated upon. So even if you're not a huge historical fiction fan, you, I think, could really enjoy these because they are just so good. It's drama and politics and, you know, morality in the rawest way possible. And I think that it explores a lot of themes dealing with human emotion, like I said, morality, the human suffering. It's so good. Friendships are called into question multiple times. Who can you trust? It's crazy. Family drama. It's just awesome. And I think everyone should read these books. And if you read these, you gotta let me know because maybe I'll reread them with you. So, read these books. I absolutely love this series. The author is phenomenal. And all 3 books are out, so you won't have to wait to read them because they're all out. And you will definitely be swooning if you've read. If you've seen my book banging posts, you know that or my life in books, every time I get one of her books or whatever month I read it in, my hot man of the month is going to be Dom. It's going to always be Dom. So, read the books. Let me know what you think, and stay tuned for a playlist and maybe a little character couture and an interview by the author. Bye, guys!